dog in this fight. South Carolina's Attorney General Alan Wilson. It's in his state that Boeing wants to bring new jobs to, but the NLRB is trying to block. Mr. Attorney General, General Wilson, it's a pleasure. Welcome here.
Well, thank you, Judge.
It seems to me that the federal government has absolutely no right whatsoever to tell this corporation that they can't hire people in South Carolina, that they have to hire them in Seattle, Washington. What is the argument that you have made as the defender of the Constitution and as the defender of freedom and as the chief law enforcement officer in the state of South Carolina in behalf of the people that live and want to work there?
Well, Judge, first let me say this. This case before the NLRB is much larger than the state of South Carolina. It's even larger than Boeing. This is about the free market system, the ability for a business, no matter how big or how small, to be able to choose to move in the direction that it feels is best for itself, its stockholders, and its employees. You have the National Labor Relations Board, which is basically trying to dictate where a company can and cannot expand its operations. There are several legal theories here that I would go with, and 15 other states' attorneys general have joined in an amicus brief on this particular issue. First, a company or a corporation has a First Amendment right to free speech, to be able to talk openly about how actions or lack of actions of unions or other individuals hurt its business model. Boeing sat down at the table with the unions up in Washington State trying to work this issue out time and time again. I believe the last strike in 2008 cost Boeing nearly $2 billion. So they tried to negotiate. Negotiations fell through with the IAM, and so Boeing, using a multitude of reasons to better its business, made the decision to expand its operation to South Carolina.
All right, let me stop you there. Let me stop you there,
How can they
General.
retaliate?
Let me stop you there. I understand that the plant in South Carolina has already been built, that Boeing has already made the investment, and that the feds are effectively saying to Boeing, you can't even use the property that you bought and the building that you built here. Is that correct? Is that effectively what the federal government is trying to do?
Well, Judge, I was at the ribbon cutting on Friday. It's got the square footage is the equivalent of about 11 football fields. That's how large this building is. It's air conditioned. It's ready to start producing planes. The NLRB would claim that they are not trying to shut down Boeing's facility. At least that's what they claim in their pleadings. They merely say that they should be building those 3 planes in Washington State. Of course, they say that Boeing is free to build whatever planes they want in South Carolina, but those other jobs should be kept in Washington State. What I was saying before is that since Boeing announced its expansion to South Carolina, Boeing has actually created an additional 2,000 jobs in Everett, Washington.
Well, this is the worst type of public policy in the worst type of an economy perpetrated by the federal government. How do you see this ending, General?
Well, Judge, I see this ending with the NLRB losing. The people of South Carolina, the Boeing Corporation, and anyone who favors jobs in this country, I see them winning.
General Alan Wilson, Attorney General of the state of South Carolina, thanks very much for joining us. Good luck in this fight.
Thank you, Judge.